So the other day we started with RIP version 2. We saw the differences. Version 1 is a class full. Version 2 is a classless protocol. Version 1 will send update to a broadcast address. Version 2 will send update to multicast address. What is layer 3 broadcast address? The address 255.255.255.255 is broadcast address. Two five five 255 255. This is what we call as broadcast address in layer 3. To this address, RIP version 1 will send all the update, whereas version 2 will send to 224.0.0.9. Very big difference. I also showed you by debugging on the other day. And next is version 2 supports authentication, which is more secure. Now, how do you enable RIP? We say router RIP on every router. And then we will use a command called network command. And we will advertise the network like this. You see, this router have got two networks, 192.168.1, 192.168.2. There is no need to tell 192.168.4. Why? 192.168.4 is not on R1. So whatever the network that you see in R1, only those networks you can advertise. And in this, if you do not want to advertise this, don't say this. It's your wish. If you don't want anyone, if you don't want others to reach this network, if you don't want this guy pinging this guy, then don't advertise this. Your wish. It is not mandate for you to advertise all the network. On your router. Okay. Next is if you want to cancel the RIP which you have already enabled, you need to put this command no. No in front of what we have configured earlier. You said router RIP. Now go back to the same privilege mode, configuration mode, and say no router. Arjun, this is the step. When you are logging in for the first time to the router, you have to use the keyword enable. This is how it will be. The sign is user mode. You have to say enable and get into enable mode. It will change to this one. When you hit enter, it will change to this one, hash, which means you are in enable mode. This is also called as privilege mode. Privilege mode or enable mode. And in privilege mode, you have to say config T to get into global configuration mode. You see, this is the one. In this mode, we can do configuration like enabling router with routing protocol. So we say router RAPE or router EIGRP or router OSPF, any routing protocol you want to enable, you have to come to this mode. Even if you want to change the name of the router. Only this is where you have to type. You need to say host name without space, host name, and then give any name that you like, Arjun. Then you will see that as soon as you hit enter, it will switch to Arjun config. This is how we change the name. Fine. So after creating RIP, after enabling the protocol RIP, if you wish to cancel, then you say no router. Anything you want to cancel, you need to put the command that you used to create it, configure it, and no in front of it. எதை ஒன்று நீங்க நீக்கணும்னாலும் அதை எப்படி உருவாக்குனீங்களோ அந்த கமாண்டை போட்டு அதுக்கு முன்னால போய் நோ போட்டுருணும். Like it is shown here in the screen. Not this one, not this one. You enable RIP like this. If you want to disable it, put like this. But it has to be done in the same mode where you enable it. Same global configuration. You don't try from some other mode. These are all the show commands to verify whether RIP is running. And here you can see very simple command called version 2 changes the version of RIP. Did I show you these things when I was doing demo? Changing version. Yeah, you saw, right? Okay. So after enabling RIP, yes. Mm. 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 Yeah, config T. Config terminal. Okay. I'm going to just take 3 routers. I'm going to do in a fresh topology. The reason is I want Arjun to see from 0 level. We already have RIP topology, but I don't want to use that. I want you to see this. See, I'm dragging 3 routers from down. And then for your visibility, I'm just zooming it. By pressing this one, I zoomed it. And I connect wires. And then I want to take 2 computers, on the one in the left, one in the right. So I click on this. And okay, I click on this. I can see computer here. I keep it here. Here. And again, I connect the wire. Yeah. And for your reference, this is not important. What I'm going to do now is not important. This one, I'm just for your reference, I'm putting the IP address here. When you do the lab, you don't need to do these things. If you want to do, you do it, but not necessary. Right. So these are the IP addresses on these computers. Let us finish this first. Now, I'll also put the IP addresses that we are going to have. Okay, this router will be called as router A. And this will be called as router B. C. And then IP address Here I want to have on the router interface 10.0.0.10. This side here 20.0.0. Every interface must be a different network on the router. Here 20.0.0.2/8. You cannot have same 20 on the other wire. It should be different. I'm going to give 30.0.0.1/8. 30.0.0.2/8. And here 40.0.0.3/8. That's it. So these are the IP addresses that we are going to assign. Planning is done. Let's go configure. Okay, click on this desktop tab and then click on, sorry, not the command prompt. Click on this one, ipconfig, and type the IP address that you want to type to this computer. This is assigning IP address to the computer. Let me open again. It'll be like this. Click on this, that's all. Here, 10.0.0.1. If you press the tab button, it will fill the default mask. This is what /8 means. 8-bit is 255. And then the gateway is the router's address. What is the router's address? 10.0.0.10. You should not give 20. On the same router, you also have 20.0.0.1. No, you should not give that. Towards the computer, what IP address you have? 10.0.0. Right, DNS, you don't need to give anything now. Close, not here, here. And then go to command prompt and check whether your IP address is taken properly. ipconfig. You can see your IP address is assigned properly. Next. Okay, let us finish the other computer, then we'll go to the router. This computer's IP address is 40. Gateway is 40. Now, to verify, you can go to command prompt and say ipconfig. Now, two computers are ready. Starting the router configuration. Click on CLI. Yeah, let me arrange it. I'm arranging like this so that you can see the router and configure. You type no here. If you see this question anytime, you type no. This is the user mode, you see, user mode, greater than symbol. And type here enable. You are now inside enable mode. And then if you wish to check the interface status, the command is show IP interface brief. Anything that you want to verify, you have to come to this mode. You may want to verify the interface. You may want to verify the routing table. You may want to verify the access, whatever protocol. You see, I can see that none of the interfaces up. Every interface is down, and there is no IP address assigned. We are going to assign IP address. You see, G001 here. Here I'm going to assign 10.0.0.10. And G000, I'm going to assign 20.0.0.1. Let's see how to do it. First you have to say config T, TR terminal. Even if you press enter, no problem. I repeat, you see, config, actually it is configure. But if you say config, it will understand. If you want to know the whole command, press the tab button. Tab, you see the keyboard tab. Left hand side to the key called Q. Left to Q in your laptop. You see tab button. See, it completes the remaining characters. Config, and then T, press the tab, terminal. See, config terminal. That's the actual command. But if you type simply config T, then also it is okay. Arjun? Okay, Vaidya? Right. In this mode, we have to say host name. Say host name. It should be single word. R underscore A. You see the name is changed. All right. Now we are going to assign IP address. I say interface. What is the name here in the picture? G001. Right now I'm inside that interface. You see the difference. The global mode is like this. The interface is like this. I'm inside the interface and say no shutdown. So we bring the interface up by typing no shutdown. By default, the software will keep the interface inactive. To activate it, you have to say no shutdown. See, the router is running, but the interfaces are not active by default. Why? For security. So someone have to log in and say no shutdown. Only then the protocols will go through the port. Till the time the protocol will be in a down state. Okay. Next is I'm going to assign IP address. IP space address is the command 10.0.0.10 followed by you must type the mask 255.0.0.0. This is what /8 means. Only 8-bit out of 32 is on. Okay, we have assigned the IP address. Now get out of this interface, get into the other interface. Interface G000. You see, I simply typed G only earlier. But here, after typing G, I'm typing the whole word by pressing the tab button. And now I say no shut. I say no shutdown. And then I put the IP address 20.0.0.1. That is what written in the background topology. I've given IP address. Please pay attention here. When I said no shutdown on G001, I saw two lines up, up. This line protocol up did not come. Here it is only one up for this interface. Why? The reason is the other router is not still ready. Right? That is why. So don't worry about that. Now, to go back to the privilege mode, to verify you should go to privilege mode, press Ctrl Z. It takes you to the privilege mode and type now show IP interface brief. You see, earlier when I was typing this command, you did not see these two addresses. And this was not up earlier. This will come up, as I said, this will come up when the next router is up. Right? Right. Let's go to the next router. Router B. What I have to say here? N. No. Host name is router underscore B. You see, interface G000. No shut. As soon as I say no shutter, two lines are coming up because the other side is already up. See, it has turned green. You see, earlier it was red color. Means this link can now send and receive any protocol. It is ready to receive and send any protocols like ARP, DHCP, RIP, etc. Now, have to give an IP address now. IP space address 20002. Interface G001. Set IP space address 30001 25500. Right. So this is what we did in the previous router. So I did a little faster here. Let's verify. See, to come to the privilege mode, you can type exit two times, or as I showed earlier, you can press Ctrl Z, any one. Or you also have another option, end, END, end. Let me show you. We were here. We were here. To go to the privilege mode, three options. You can type end, or you can type exit two times. When you say exit, first exit will come out of this interface. Second exit will come out of this global config, like this. First exit took you back to the config mode. The other exit took you back to the privilege. So you can type end or two times exit, or press Ctrl Z, which I did in the previous router. Now I'm going to type end and show you. End is. It takes to the privilege mode. Any one you can use. Now let us verify. Show IP interface brief. You can see the interfaces with IP address. Okay. Router B is done. Let's do C. Arjun, how you feel? Is it easier or difficult to understand? You can follow? Alright. Now we are in router C. House name router underscore C. Interface G0/0/0. IP address is 30.0.0.2. And interface G001. IP address is 40.0.0. All right, let us verify now. What is this WR? WR is I'm saving the configuration. Write to memory. You should type once in a while, whenever you remember you do this. Usually whenever I come to privilege mode, automatically my finger will type this WR. That is to save the configuration. If you don't save, what will happen? After you turn off and turn on, nothing will be there. So when you save, you will get your previous configurations. WR is the command. WR, or you can type this full command, write to memory. Write memory. Anything you can. Both are same. Next. Let's verify. Show IP interface. See, show IP int. You can type fully interface, or you can short int. You can see the interfaces are up. Now I'm on router C. Let me try pinging the adjacent computer. What is the computer's IP address? 40.0.0.1. It will ping you. You see, exclamatory mark is good. It's a good sign. It's pinging. 100%. First time it was only 80%. The reason is one packet lost. Why? Because there was MAC address issue. So it was using ARP to resolve the MAC address of the computer. The router was not knowing the MAC address of the computer. So it used the ARP protocol to learn the MAC address. By the time the packet got expired, the ping packet. Ping, ping uses ICMP. Ping uses a protocol called ICMP. Internet Controlled Messaging Protocol, ping. So what is this ICP will do? When you say ping this address, it will send an echo packet to that address. And when the echo reply don't come, it will show dot. When the echo reply comes, it will show you exclamatory. So the dot is also called as request timed out. In computers, you will get request timed out. Here it will be a dot. In computers, it will show as request timed out, meaning I sent a request but unable to receive the update on time. It is request timed out. Okay, so if I ping now, will I be able to ping 30001? Can someone say? I'm on router C. If I ping 30001, which is on router B, will I be able to ping? Yes or no? I'm in router C. If I ping 30001, will I be able to ping or not? Yes, because it is directly connected, you see. See, it's pinging. It's directly connected. For this, you don't need a RIP protocol. But if I ping 10.00.10, for that, I need routing protocol. Why? Because in the routing table, you see show IP route. In the routing table, I don't have route for 10 and 20. Why, Arjun? Why I don't have route for 10 and 20? Correct. On this router, we have configured only 30 and 40. 10 and 20 is on some other router. You will not see it here. If you go to router B, there you will find, every time I have to arrange 10. You go to router B, there you can see only 20 and 30. You see, show IP route. You can see only 20 and 30. Why there is no 10 and 40? Because it is not connected to this router. So the routing table by default will have only the routes for connected. For the remote routing, for the remote networks like 10 and 40, for this router, I'm in router B. For this router B, the remote networks are 10 and 40, isn't it? Correct, Arjun? In the router, remote network சொன்னா எதை சொல்லலாம்? 20 20 remote network 40யும் 10ம் router B க்கு டைரக்டா கனெக்ட் ஆகாத எல்லா நெட்வொர்க்குமே வந்து ரிமோட் தான். So for router B, 10 and 40 are remote. For router A, Arjun, for router A, what are the remote networks? Yes. So for these remote networks, we need route in the routing table. Only then you can ping from the left-hand side computer to the right-hand side computer. Show IP route. You see, this router A don't have route to reach 40. So this computer cannot ping 40.0.0.1. The computer 10.0.0.1 is connected to router A. If this computer needs to ping this computer here 40.0.0.1, router A needs to show the route. Is there a route there? No routes. So the routes can be statically written, which we already covered, static route. Now our aim is to enable RIP. Let us see how to enable RIP. Before enabling RIP, I want to show you By typing command show IP protocol, I want to show you that there is no protocol running. You see, it is not displaying any protocol. After enabling RIP, I'll come back and show you the same command. See, that's what we saw. We were seeing in the presentation here. You see, show IP protocol. You see on the top, show IP protocol. When I type show IP protocol, nothing is coming. Like this, nothing is coming because we did not enable RIP. I'm going to enable RIP on router A. So what do you do? Config T, router RIP, and whatever the network that is connected to this router, you have to say network. சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம் என்னென்ன network router A ல இருக்கு. Tell me what all networks that are in router A. We have 10 and we have 20. Should we say 30? No, you should not say. You should not say 30 and 40 in this router. 30 and 40 will be dynamically learned because of the advertisement that will be sent from B and C. Router A ல 30 இல்லையே 40 இல்லையே நம்ம இங்க சொல்லணுமோ அப்படின்னு சொல்லாதீங்க. ரவுட்டிங் டேபிள்ல பார்த்தோமே 30 இல்லையே 40 இல்லையே பாருங்க 30 இல்ல 40 இல்லாதனால நம்ம கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைச்சுக்காதீங்க. அதெல்லாம் நீங்க கொடுக்க கூடாது. அந்த ரவுட்டர் அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது அதுவா வந்து சேரும். நீங்க கொடுக்க வேண்டியதெல்லாம் all that you supposed to give is the known networks. These are the two known networks to you. அடுத்த ரவுட்டர்ல இருக்கிறது உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்? அடுத்த ரவுட்டர் உங்க கண்ட்ரோல்ல இல்லைன்னா உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்? 13 ஒன்று இருக்குது 14 தெரியாது. You will not have any idea about other routers if other routers are not in control. So don't focus on remote networks when you configure protocol. Why do we have this protocol? To discover the remote networks. Then why you worry? It will discover. புரிஞ்சுதா? புரிஞ்சுதுன்னா சொல்லுங்களேன் யாராவது புரிஞ்சுதுன்னு. சரி. Now router A is over. I saved it. Now you see show IP protocol. You can see the exact thing what you saw in the presentation. When we type show IP protocol in the presentation, you see show IP protocol. The routing protocol is RIP, blah 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 blah. See version 1. It's the same thing. You see here. All right, let us go and enable on the other routers. Router RIP. Tell me what all the networks I have to advertise here. Check the routing table and tell me. See, the routing table is above. What are the networks I should advertise? Network and 30. Isn't it? That's all. All right, now show IP protocol. Let's see. RIP is running. Next, router C. Router RIP. Network. What are the networks? 30 and 40. You should not say 20 and 10. Huh? If you will say what will happen, nothing will happen, but waste of configuration. That's what I'm saying. Waste of configuration. Show IP route. Look at this. Now the magic. Show IP route. You see? Dynamically learned. You were not having these routes earlier. You have learned through RIP. For remote destination, routes are already learned. Now from this router, if you try pinging that computer 10001, it will ping. You see it's pinging. Now go to this computer here and try pinging the computer on the right. This is computer on the left, you see, 10001. I'm trying to ping 40001. You see, I'm able to ping. You are getting reply 100% is successful. No loss. Now there is one command called trace. Spelling is like this: TRACERD, trace route 40001. I'm asking to show the route. You see, it says the packet was sent to 100010, which is a router, the gateway. From there, the packet was going to 20002, which is the next router. From there, the packet went to 30002, which is the router C. And at last, it went to 40001. You understand? Okay. Now, what I will ask you to do is do this lab immediately, and then you have this presentation with you. Put all the show commands that is shown in this presentation. They have shown a lot of show commands. You see, show IP protocol, show IP protocol. This won't work in this GNS3. Just type show IP protocol. That's all. And then try this command, no auto summary, but that is for version 2. So what you do is you change the version to one simple command, change the version to, and then type show IP protocol, check whether it is changing to version 2. Right now it is in version 1. You see, show IP protocol. Right now it is in version 1. To change the version 2, it's very simple, router rip version 2. And then you see automatic summarization is in effect. Now when I say no auto summary, you see what happens. It will say not in effect. Look at this. Not in effect. And then you see it is changed to version. We'll talk about these things in detail in our next class. I would like you to